maybe I don't have it anymore to be doing these live streams. Maybe I don't know. But as you're coming in, feel free to say hi. No, you. What's up on the Periscope side? What's going on, bro? I really appreciate you. Let me know. Please let me know. Is the stream really bad? Is it acting up? Is it freezing on you guys? Like, please tell me. I need to know. Um, is I've talked to my internet service provider and kind of like kind of not really being mean, but just kind of just told them like, hey, what's up? With my service, why is it that when I'm gaming, live streaming or anything like that, it gets out of whack? What's happening? Is there something wrong with my router? I've reset my router, done everything that I could, and it seems like it's still getting to that point where it's just kind of messing up. How am I doing? I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm gonna share something with you guys. It's fine now. I'm doing good. So it is kind of glitching here and there. Stream is working great. Okay. Now I'm just gonna say this off jump. If it starts to glitch out, please bear with me. I'm sorry. Um, I know things is bad. Tomorrow I'm actually going to link my laptop with my hotspot on Visible, and then tomorrow's live stream is going to be done off Visible to see just how well it can manage my live stream. I am going to game tonight on my channel. Saddam the Speed Test. Hey, what's up, man? I am going to live stream again tonight on Super Duper Stadia. And I'm going to be playing. I don't know what game I'm going to be playing today, but I assure you guys it's not going to be Dead by Daylight tonight. Unless people want to see that, then yeah. Last night I was happy because I finally got like a full kill on the game. It's my third one. And if you guys can tell by the way I'm explaining this, I am a noob at playing Dead by Daylight. So feel free to laugh if you guys want to. I don't care if people laugh at me. It's no big deal to me. All right, so let's just check in with the chat now. So Jose said it was fine. What's your internet ISP and speeds? So I have Cox Internet as my home internet provider, and like my speeds usually it's supposed to be 300 down and 150 up because they kind of BS me on Gigablast, whatever. So I just reduced my plan. But last night when I did a speed test, it was pulling about like 240 down and like not even 100 up. So the stream's working great. Appreciate that. Check for your needs. Hello, what's up? What's going on? My dad had to pick it up from the UPS customer service center. What was the package? I mean, if you don't mind sharing with us, or is that like a just like UPS just kind of messed up delivering an item that you ordered? Yes. Let's see. Basically, a UPS truck was late to the UPS center. Ah, got you. Hi to my lovely wife. Hi. Hope you're doing great. She actually helped me out today with what I'm about to share with you guys. So yeah, let's get in there. Oh, your iPhone? So yeah, you don't want to be playing with iPhone deliveries, UPS. What's wrong with you guys? Yeah, you definitely don't want to be playing with people's iPhone deliveries, man. People want their iPhones. Let's see. Okay. All right. So probably most of you guys already heard about it that Google Fi is doing this deal. Okay. The deal basically is that it's a 2-year agreement per se. So you're not really signing like a contract with the ETF fee, but it is a 2-year agreement deal. Right now, it's only available for the Pixel 4a. And by going through this program through Google Fi, you're actually saving $133 if you opt just for the $9 a month payment for the Pixel 4a. Now, some websites are getting it, kind of cross because some websites are saying it's $15. Some are saying it's just $9. I'm going to break it down. I actually placed an order for a Pixel 4a. My wife actually used her credit for this one. So shouts out to the wife for supporting the channel, doing what you can do to kind of help us out so we get all the answers that we want out of it. So I went ahead and placed the order. I placed it under her name. She allowed me to run her credit. Her credit, was approved, and we went through it. What it initially is that, you can opt just for the $9 a month payment for the Pixel 4a on top of your Google Fi service plan. Now, the reason why some sites are reporting that it's $15 is because you can opt to put in a $6 additional payment for a protection plan on your Pixel 4a. What it actually covers is it covers two accidental damages and one loss or theft, right? So you get a replacement phone in those circumstances, and that's per year, I believe. Anyways, so let me go ahead and I'll share my screen here to kind of show you guys. So yeah, we're gonna go shop and kind of scroll down. As you guys can see with Google Fi, obviously there's new plans and stuff like that. But right there where you see there, just underneath the Pixel 5, is where you could order the Pixel 4a, and as you can see, it literally tells you that this is a subscribe and save on the Pixel 4a $15 a month. And the reason why they say $15 a month is because they would prefer that you added the protection plan on top of it. Now, while I can't, re-go through the order and show you guys the specifics and everything like that, because of the fact is that I already had placed the order. So that's why it says I'm ineligible for this, is because the order's already been placed. I have an order already waiting for me. So I can't go through all that. Plus, there's sensitive information that has to be inputted. So I, obviously don't want that getting out, to the world. But when you do go to fi.google.com, say you don't have Google Fi at all, and if T-Mobile works in your area, because I'll talk a little bit more about that, then you can opt in, when you sign up with Google Fi. You can go to the shop area. You see that there's two areas. There's a Pixel 4a up here, and then a Pixel 4a phone subscription down here. Obviously, you save by going through this. And then what it is that it's, you save $133 over 2 years, right? So the commitment is 2 years. You're committing to 2 years with Google Fi. And that is the whole reason for this. Why would Google Fi do something like this? Well, it's pretty obvious. Just like the Google Pixels, Google Fi is not something that consumers are really looking at when they're choosing to go to an MVNO prepaid type. Now, I will say this again. Google Fi is a hybrid of all of this. It's a hybrid of prepaid and postpaid, and here's why. So yes, I have Google Fi service on my Pixel 3. I put Google Fi service back on. As a matter of fact, I made a decision that even though most people will say it's not the most popular decision because it runs on T-Mobile, which we'll get into here in a little bit, that I decided to go back with them. I still have Visible on my Pixel 4, but that Pixel 4 line is going to go to my wife. She's going to take over it since there's still no payments on the Visible line on my Pixel 4. Obviously, from all the credits that I have amassed from sharing my sign up promo code, I've amassed a good amount of credit to keep that line literally free. So anyways, so Google Fi, not a lot of people recognize it. And I said it's a hybrid. So when you first sign up with Google Fi, I'll tell you guys right now, when you first decide, like say you decide to try it out, you go to Google Fi, like go to fi.google.com, right? With your Gmail account, you start to sign up for it. You put in your service address, where your service is going to be at. Therefore, they can get you an area code number from that area. And you go through the same steps you would, like if you're going online to sign up for, prepaid service with any other company. If you have a Fi capable device, like if you already have a Pixel, like a Pixel 3, even a Pixel 2, they have eSIMs in it, so you don't even have to go and purchase a SIM card or order a SIM card to be sent to you. You can just use the eSIM in those devices. It'll download it. So it'll download your eSIM, it'll activate service, it'll assign you a phone number, and then you just start using it, right? So right now there is no bill on my Google Fi account just yet. They haven't billed me yet. What they have done is that, say that my bill cycle is going to be the 29th. So the 29th of every month is my last day of service, and the 30th starts the new day of service. So from now until then, I'm in the clear. I'm in the clear for the amount of days that's remaining right now until they actually start my bill cycle. So technically, I'm getting like these next couple of days for free, because when that new bill cycle starts, then I will receive a bill of the $70 and then plus tax which is the unlimited. I chose the unlimited for a reason. Okay. I know you can go cheaper with this Pixel 4a and kind of save, especially if you're not a data user. You could opt for the flexible plan and still do this particular plan itself. So I'll go more into that here in a little bit. But when that bill generates, it pretty much is due like in the middle of my bill cycle, and then that's when it's owed. I pay it, and then when my bill cycle ends, again, they will generate a bill for that bill cycle. So you're being billed in arrears, just like how postpaid companies do it. Postpaids don't charge you upfront to use the service. They charge you after you've used the service, after the fact, because there's things that you can do during your bill cycle that could change and fluctuate your bill. You could, if like certain providers were like, you max out at 30 gigs for fast LTE speeds, and then you're throttled down to 2G speeds. Let's say that, not deprioritize. Deprioritize is totally different, but just throttled down to 2G speeds, right? But you can add additional high data speeds just by paying like $10 per gig. If you opt to do that, your bill for that month is going to change because you're opting to add in more high-speed LTE, $10 per gig. And I'm using Google Fi as reference here because that's what they do. And so your bill is going to fluctuate and change. Or you can just maintain the slow speeds that you have until the start of your next bill cycle. So that's why postpaids bill in arrears, is because you'll end up adding things onto that month of service that could change your bill price and make it fluctuate. And that's the whole point, behind it. So Google Fi does the same thing. They bill in arrears, even though it's like they're billing you up front, because the only way your bill is going to change is if you finance a phone through Google Fi, or if you pass, I think it's 22 gigs of LTE data. Once you pass 22 gigabytes of LTE data, they slow you down. They throttle you to 2G speeds. Until the start of your next bill cycle, or you can opt to pay for another gig of fast speeds at $10 per gig. That's the only way that your bill's going to change. But if not, it's gonna stay roughly the same as it is now. Here's the thing: with Google Fi, they only have 2 carrier support: U.S. Cellular, T-Mobile. Okay, T-Mobile is not the best. I get it. You know what? There's a lot of people who will continuously go down on T-Mobile on them and just pretty much just rip them a new backside. Literally paint the stripe on the skunk, if I was to say. T-Mobile doesn't work the best here in Phoenix. Okay, compared to like what I've seen data speeds with Visible, the reliability with Verizon here in my city. T-Mobile is not far off. Reliability. What I mean by reliability is that the same places that I go where my Visible service has service, I'll have Google Fi service. T-Mobile service works right there. Now, as far as data speeds goes, that's where the difference changes. That's where Visible pretty much like totally slams out Google Fi. Not trying to hate on Google Fi, but I'm just saying. However, is Google Fi like unbearable for me to use in my city? No. Of course, I'll be a little disappointed in it, just for the fact is that, of course, I'm, even though it says I have, 60 megabits per second down on LTE and 30 megabits per second on the up, it's not really that. When I live stream from it, Periscope will start crashing. Manuel Esparza, what's up? Nice to have you here. I'm doing, I'm doing my thing, bro. I'm doing my thing, man. How are you doing today? So with that being said, so yes, the compromise here is that I'm going to have to rely on T-Mobile to slowly build out their network and make things better and better, right? Because I need T-Mobile to do that. I've said that before when I was using Google Fi, and then I decided to step away from them. Now I'm back with them again, obviously, and some people will probably not like that. And really, it's my decision. I'm using the service, so I'm the one that has to deal with it. Nobody else does, so it's no concern of mine. If people get butthurt over it, I'm not too worried about it. You know what I mean? I hardly ever live stream from my phone to begin with. All right. You guys know I'm hardly on Periscope. If I'm on Periscope, I'm on Periscope right now doing the podcast. You know what I mean? And that's doing a home internet service. Baby Yoda, what's up? The force is strong with you. But when I'm out and about, with me and my wife, we go, we have to go take care of business, and we go and we run errands or whatever, whatnot. And my wife can vouch for this if she's still watching, because I know she's at work today. Bless her. She's a tough lady. I swear. I'll share with you guys what's happened to her recently. But she's back at work today. But when I'm with her and we're riding around or whatever, whatnot, she knows, like, I mean, I'm mostly reading news. Going to Google News app and reading news does not require 50 megabits per second on the down and 30 megabits per second on the up for decency. You know what I mean? Like, I can read articles. Articles are like kilobit size. So I can read articles on that. When you run Facebook, going to the Facebook feed, it's in kilobits and upwards of like low megabits. So I'm not the only place that I suffer with Google Fi and T-Mobile's network is if I wanted to live stream like on Periscope or on YouTube directly from the phone itself. The quality is not going to be the best. It's going to hang a little bit. If I wanted to play on Google Stadia, I think I suffered there too as well. Who knows? I'm actually really going to kick it into high gear here once I get all my finances prioritized and cut out the fat, basically trim the fat off the steak. And we got a nice sizzling steak here. I'm going to kick it into high gear. I got data-only SIM cards that I've ordered from Google Fi that's sitting in my desk. I haven't activated them to connect to my account. My tablet over there, my LG G Pad 510.1. That tablet uses T-Mobile. So if I throw the data-only SIM in there, it'll run on that. I know, Jose. I know I'm better off with Verizon, but you know what? I mean, I've already committed to this. And like, I committed in a different way. My wife is actually helping me out with this. So she went ahead and ran her credit to do this 2-year program. You'll pay the same and get better service. I know that. But to really understand this thing, I've committed to a 2-year agreement with Google Fi. I've committed to that. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to burn her credit just to like do this deal and then, okay, we're done with the deal, cancel, whatever, throw a huge bill. Because if you cancel this, you don't get the $133 savings. It does say that you own the phone after the 2 years and you upgrade to another one, right? So you're offered to upgrade to another one without having to plug in all your information to run your credit again. They won't run your credit again. You've already done it. You'll have the option. You'll have the this 2-year program option available to you in the shop of Google Fi app, and you just select that and you upgrade to the next phone and you pay the taxes that's up front for the phone, and they ship you the next phone. So if it's and it doesn't say it's the A series only. LOL me yesterday. Babe. God. Even when she goes through some hard times, she makes light of the situation. Bless her heart. I love my wife. But yeah, it doesn't say that it's only for the A series. So right now, the Pixel 4a is the only device that's being offered with this type of program. But that could change. First of all, you can't expect the Pixel 5 to be offered this yet. They're not even available yet. They're going to be available here soon. But they're, when you go to Google Fi's website and you look at the Pixel 5, it's still in pre-order status. I mean, even when I clicked on it for the pre-order status, sort of Sage is gone. It's out of stock. All they have is the black model, which I'm afraid to get this because, the black Pixel 5s are the ones that have been reported to most have the screen lifting issue on them. The sort of Sages really don't, but the black models do. Kind of sad. Hopefully quality control has fixed that with, I believe it's still Foxconn who builds the Pixel phone. So hopefully they caught that. But you guys can see what it would be if you financed it. You would actually be paying $29.13 a month for 24 months. And you can add on device protection for $8. But I mean, I'm seeing that more than likely the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a 5G will come across this a little bit down the road. Now, the Pixel 4a is something that I'm going to use over 2 years. And here is the things that you have to know about this 2-year program before anything else. One thing you got to understand is that, yes, I have preached that currently, this very second, 5G is not something, a 5G phone is not something that you immediately have to have right now. There's still a little bit of ways to go before 5G is just about everywhere. Okay. Now you could opt to get a 5G phone just to know that you have 5G connectivity when 5G launches in your area. And that's always a good move. The Pixel 4a is not nor will it have 5G capability 2 years from now. So if you decide to opt with this, you really got to be a person that is okay with being on LTE. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it, because this is not going to connect to sub 6 5G. It's not going to connect to, ultra wideband 5G. It's not going to connect to that. It doesn't have the modem for that. I mean, again, the chipset that's in the Pixel 4a is the 730G. So while it is quick, it is pretty snappy for gaming. It's only going to rely on LTE. But playing devil's advocate, while you may not connect to 5G, so you might be that person sitting at the park, or you're at your job and you went to lunch and you're sitting on the front steps of the building enjoying your lunch, and your friend sitting next to you has a 5G phone, so he's got download speeds, especially if it's ultra wideband, he's got download speeds that's like exceeding a gigabit per second, and you're on speeds where it's you're only pulling maybe 150 to 200 megabits per second. Of course, you're going to see the differences in that per se to an extent. However, LTE is not bad. As a matter of fact, while more and more people are getting on 5G, since there's less phones dependent on LTE, because they'll be mostly connected to 5G. When 5G is that rolled out nationwide, you won't have a problem being on LTE. You won't. I mean, Jose says that he's totally okay with LTE. I am too. I see what 5G can do. So before anyone says, "Oh, Tito, you're okay with LTE because you haven't seen what 5G can do," BS. I've seen what 5G can do. I was with Carlos and Ray when we were in Tempe, and Carlos had his hotspot that had ultra wideband connection to it. Every phone there, except for mine, because obviously, a Pixel 3 and a Pixel 4 does not connect to 5G, obviously. But the other devices that Ray had, that were 5G capable, that connected to Carlos's 5G hotspot modem, they were able to run 4K 60 frame per second video clips on YouTube, smooth as butter. So before anyone says I haven't seen what 5G can do, I've seen what 5G can do. When I first met Carlos and we hoofed it all around downtown Phoenix, testing for 5G and connections, and I think that at the time it was he was hunting millimeter wave. He was also just trying to establish a connection with 5G, and like at the time Sprint actually pulled like 500 megabits per second down and like 100 plus on the up. So I've seen what 5G can do, like seen it, experienced it with my own eyes, and I'm still okay with LTE. I still am. I don't feel like I have any less of service than anybody else that does have 5G connection. And it's not to say that 5G is not important. I'm just saying that's for me. Everybody else is different. People need different things. Now, where 5G would come into play for me in the future, that I see this being something that I will have in the future, is that I can eliminate home internet service if I had 5G with millimeter wave technology, depending on sub 6 as a backup to it, right? Tag teaming. I'll be able to at least have decent speeds. And shout out to Jose for the super chat. Hashtag Team Pixel. Yes, hashtag Team Pixel. I am not a part of them. And just kind of update everybody. Don't be expecting me to get the Pixel 5 or 4a 5G anytime soon. Google has not responded back. After submitting my application to them that they emailed to me to fill out and send to them, they still haven't responded back in saying, hey, yeah, we're going to send you a review unit. So at this point, I don't see it happening, but that's okay. That's okay, because there's always next year. 2021. Maybe 2021 is my year, but still, I'm still a big fan of Pixels. Right now, I'm not the most hype fan of Google Fi like I used to be, but I still like what they offer. Undeniably, I can still create one of the most unorthodox family plans ever for kids, right? If you have kids, if you need a family plan, you have kids, you literally have 8 lines for $120. You still can't beat that. But the main thing is that you have to have great, or at least decent, T-Mobile coverage. Only the actual lines. So like, if mom and dad have the actual phone lines, their phones will be able to kind of like hop off T-Mobile and onto US Cellular, wherever US Cellular has connection, and it's if it's better than T-Mobile's. But all the data only SIM cards only connect to T-Mobile. So you would, in order to do this unorthodox family plan, you would have to have T-Mobile good in your area. That's pretty much it. Going off of that, but still going back to the Pixel 4a. Okay. So I mean, like, yeah, you guys are gonna get a little bit more videos regarding the Pixel 4a. What I wanted to do, of course, more Pixel 4a videos are also going to be uploaded to the Pixel Lifestyle channel, which is a collaboration between myself, Ray, and he said that King Pixel was on board for it. I'm not sure. I know I said it yesterday when I was talking about it, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I'll have to confirm with Ray on that to see if King Pixel himself, LaShawn, is going to be collaborating with us on that Pixel Lifestyle channel. And of course, I'm going to be putting videos up there regarding the Pixel 4a, because that's the whole point of the Pixel Lifestyle channel is to show you guys, not just tell you in a live stream, not just do a review video and say it does this, but at least for me, I'm going to show you how the Pixels work on my day to day. So yeah, it'll be a vlog style video. I will be I'll be cutting in here and there to tell you like what I'm doing on my phone and like how it's interacting with my day, and show you guys what I can do with it. And that's including even building a video. Like I will show you guys how I build a video. So I'll be making a video of me making a video using the Google Pixels. So all that will be on the Pixel Lifestyle channel. So that is the reason why I killed the Mr. Pixel channel that I had. There was no reason for me to have a dedicated Pixel channel if I agreed to collaborate with Ray and possibly LaShawn and work with them on a channel that's specifically dedicated to the Pixels. It's like I would be uploading a video on my own channel, and then on their channel, the collaboration channel, it didn't seem right to me. So I turned my Mr. Pixel channel into a gaming reaction stuff where I'm going to be freely speaking about whatever the hell I want. And that's all the advertisement that those things get. But I'll be doing more comparisons between the Pixel 4a and the Pixel 4. Of course, more photography shots, more astrophotography shots, and comparing them side by side with them. Comparing the 4a to the 3. Hell, I might even compare it to the Nexus 4. Yes. I threw a data-only SIM card in this from Google Fi, and it's running on HSPA. Basically, they're 3G. So I'm using this. What I'm using this Nexus 4 for, I had to emphasize the space in between there so people didn't think I was saying Nexus 4, but the Nexus 4, what I'm using it as is an MP3 player. I can listen to Apple Music. I have a subscription to Apple Music. I have a subscription to YouTube Music. I can listen to music on this. It has a headphone jack. I can plug it into the auxiliary line in the car, play my music on there. I could check emails quickly from my MP3 player. Basically, I could, send a message to Google Voice, because that's what's on here with phone is voice. So I can send a quick text message and even do phone call over 3G or HSPA, whatever, and still be able to do that. So that's what I'm using this for. So that is what my Nexus 4 is being used for. I have data only SIM in that right now currently on Google Fi, and that's what, yeah. So, yeah, I'll be comparing the Pixel 4a to a lot of the Pixels that I have, and I'll be able to do that, and I can show you guys more because I wouldn't have to borrow my wife's Pixel 4a, which she has sensitive stuff on there that she does not want everybody to see. Obviously, her social media accounts, what her friends post, her pictures and stuff like that, because she does not want to share her pictures like that. If you guys want to see pictures, then you guys can follow her on social, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, on those things. And if she accepts you in, then you'll be able to see the photos that she has. But yeah, so I'll be able to show you guys more with the Pixel 4a. Yeah, the only other downside to this, though, is that I have to wait 2 weeks to get the Pixel 4a. So by my order, it says that it will be delivered by November 6th, November 7th. That's 2 weeks away from today. So I have all of next week to wait, and then after Halloween, and then all of the week after that until the weekend, and it should be delivering my Pixel 4a. Hopefully that date changes. Hopefully it ships out Monday, and I'll be here by next Friday. That'd be great. It'd be great to have it, because then I could take it on Halloween night. I think we're still going to a friend of ours family's Halloween party. But if plans change, I'll be doing a Halloween party from home. My friends that recently got married, they invited us to their family's house here in Phoenix, where their in-law, well, my wife's friends' in-laws are throwing a Halloween party at their house here in Phoenix. They invited us to bring our kids over, and yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, let's see. No, not 4A 5G. This deal is only for the 4A. That's why I was saying that it's not going to be future proof for the next 2 years. So if 5G is something that is important to you, if that's something that you've got to have, this plan is not a deal for you then, because the 4A does not have 5G. The 4A 5G variant does, but that is not what's included. That's not what this deal's about. Now, it's good thing you brought that up, Manuel. Appreciate that. However, with this 2 year deal savings thing, right? I'm gonna like full screen this right now so you guys can see it a lot better. But with this 2 year deal thing, we could possibly see that maybe the Pixel 5s, maybe the Pixel 5, maybe the Pixel 4a 5G might end up being having this offered maybe in January of 2021, something like that. We may see it go to other devices, but currently right now it's only going to the Pixel 4a. The Pixel 5 is on pre-order. The Pixel 4a 5G is still coming soon. It's not even close to being available yet. So that's some of the things that we are looking at. Hold on here. Good morning, son. No. Go. Yes, you may. Don't mind my son. Give me 1 second here. But anyhow, yeah. So it's not going to the Pixel 5s or Pixel 4a 5G just yet, but it could be. Now, before I get into the next thing that also has to do with Google Fi, I think that this is actually a pretty solid deal if you're actually looking to kind of upgrade every 2 years. Sorry about that. My son had to tell me something. But anyways, yeah, because you upgrade every 2 years. Now again, once you're finished with this, the phone is yours. Once you finish your 2 year commitment, the phone is yours to keep. Here's the other thing too. If you try to cancel this in the middle of the 2 years, say you've only paid like 10 deals in, like 10 months in, and you say you cancel, they're not going to bill you the remainder of the 216 for the phone. No. They're going to bill you the remainder of what the phone was priced at 350. So that's something that you have to also be careful about. You can't cancel early. Jay Johnson from the Periscope side. This deal is the reason I'm coming back to Fi. Nice. And so yeah, it's a pretty solid deal. Now, on the other side of Google Fi, is that it's nice to see that we have various different options. So this is probably the only plus side to the fact that Sprint and T-Mobile merged, is that one of the biggest problems that people had with Google Fi is that there wasn't enough device selections, right? Really all you had was whatever Google Pixel was relevant for the year, last year's model to like a certain extent before it's discontinued, maybe an LG device, maybe a Motorola device, but nothing more than that, right? Now we have to the lineup, just to start off, we have some Samsung devices. You have the Note 25G, you have the Galaxy S25G, and then you have the Samsung A71 5G. And as you guys can see here, there are deals on it. $300 Fi credit if you get the Note 20. The same if you go with the Samsung Galaxy S20. If you go with the A71, you get half of that, which is $150. And this is Fi credit. So this will be applied to your bill. So literally, when you buy the Note 20, if you have $1,000 to spend on the Galaxy Note 20, and you do it through Google Fi, you can get $300 Fi credit. So that means that you can get a few months paid of your Fi service for buying that. Now, you also have trade in your own phone for up to $500 in credit. And obviously, I guess this is having to go towards like if you trade in an old like Note 10 5G or something like that. Maybe you can get up to $500 in credit for the trade-in. But this is a good step for Google Fi. This definitely is a good step for Google Fi. And I want to see more devices come to Google Fi. Like we have down here, we have the Moto G Power, we have the Moto G Stylus, right? And right now they're on sale for $100 off. So the Moto G Power is like $149. The Moto G Stylus is $199. I would like to see like the Moto Edge Plus or like the newer Moto devices come to it. That would actually be really, really, really good. Google Fi should have a program for all those phones, and I think they are. I think the Pixel 4 one is beta. I think the Pixel 4a is a beta test run of this program service. Now, yes, they could do it for the Moto G Power, they could do it for Moto G Stylus, but obviously those aren't. I mean, the Moto G Stylus probably would have worked on that one too. The Moto G Power, I slightly doubt, but because it's Motorola, right? Google wants to kind of push for the Pixels to get out there, so of course they're going to go with their lowest range of this year's Pixel devices released. That would be the Pixel 4a that was released in August. So that's why I see why they started with the Pixel 4a as a beta test run for this. And then they will probably open it up to all. I mean, all of them have the ability to be leased right now. But I guess if you're committing to 2 years of service, you're getting additional time, like additional price taking off. What really sets this apart from the normal finance options that Google Fi has. Again, when doing this deal, I did not see that you had to give back the phone to upgrade. Now, obviously, when I get the full specifics in the email, I will actually break that down. I'm waiting for that email to come in because I have the email that says that the order has been placed. It gives me all the information about it. It tells me, that they'll let me know when my shipment is on the way. I have my order number from the Google Store, the date of the order, and all that other good stuff. And yeah, it just literally tells me that it's the Google Pixel 4a. The discount for the Pixel 4a was $349 because I'm on that program. Now, let me go here. So it tells me that I've joined the subscription. It says, congratulations, you've joined Fi's phone subscription program. Here's what you'll be getting for just $9 a month, a Pixel 4a to keep. You should already have your Pixel 4a, the best of Google in a phone. A phone upgrade after 2 years. You'll get a new Pixel after 2 years and continue saving each month. Okay, so you get a new Pixel. So I guess this is how they're really kind of emphasizing and pushing the Pixels. So maybe it'll come to all Pixels, or maybe like I think what was it on Periscope? Sneed said I was watching Sneed's replay on Periscope, and he said that maybe it'll be the A series. So like if I'm on the Pixel 4a, by 2 years the Pixel 6a should come out, and then I should be getting that. And maybe if you go like the Pixel 5 this year, maybe in 2 years you'll get the Pixel 7, right? So you kind of leapfrog every two generations, and that's actually be pretty cool. If that comes to the higher end Pixel devices, then I would definitely do this for the Pixel 6 and kind of leapfrog, just to yeah. I mean, hey, who knows? Probably by then I'll probably be part of Team Pixel, and then to get a Pixel 4a or a Pixel A series every 2 years, I'll just stay with what I'm on. But nonetheless, this is actually pretty good deal. And the fact is that there's more devices on Google now for options, because a lot of people are fans of Samsung, so it's nice to see that they have the A71, the S20, and the Note 20. And they're all 5G capable devices, right? So they're all going to connect to T-Mobile's Sub 6, and depending on where you're at, you may get some of the best speeds or some of the worst speeds, right? Takes time, and a prayer that T-Mobile will be much better by 2021. Definitely hoping. Yeah, right now I just have the what I call the anxiety clock has begun for me. Okay. The anxiety clock has begun for me because now I gotta wait 2 weeks for this phone. And I'm like, sure, my wife has it. I can always fiddle around with her phone, but it's her phone. You know what I mean? And yes, I do have a Pixel 4, and it is my daily driver, and I can, but it's just like, yeah, I'm ready for this. Am I going to unbox it? Of course I am. And the unboxing video is actually going to the Pixel Lifestyle channel. When I set it up, I'm gonna set it up on Google Fi. I think I'm gonna throw a data only SIM in my Pixel 3. And yeah, man, I'm gonna have a pocket full of pixels. That's what's fitting to go down. I'm about to have a pocket full of pixels. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my iPhones. I have no idea. But yeah. Anyways, also was thinking about doing a live stream on the Pixel Lifestyle, but I don't know if that's been activated or not. Hey, what's up, my young? How's it going? Hello, I have a question. Do we really need 5G like 2 to 5 gigabit speeds? I mean, daily stuff can easily be done with 50 to 100 megabits per second speeds, maybe 200 megabits, but really, gigabit? So I'm gonna answer this, and I'm gonna be truthful, and it's probably gonna kill some of my other friends who will disagree with me. No, I don't really think at this time right now it's an absolute must have. Like, you must have gigabits per second speeds, otherwise your mobile service is terrible. Like, I think the excitement of the growth of 5G has kind of blinded some people into this idea that you've got to have it. And then they project that towards other people, which that's the reason I kind of stay away from that. Yeah, I noticed that, and I stay away from that, and for that reason. Yeah, I agree with you, my young, to that degree. 50 to 100 megabits per second on LTE is doable. 30 megabits down and 15 megabits up is bare minimum doable. You can still Facebook, you can still Instagram, you can still YouTube, you can still do all that stuff. For the 5G, it's going to make it 1,000 times better, but that doesn't mean that the cake doesn't taste sweet. I guess that's the analogy I'm using for it. The cake will taste much better with 5G. But if you were to bite the cake now, it's not going to be bitter. It's still sweet. You're still going to enjoy it. So, yeah, in that stance, I agree with you on that. I'm going to run the last 15 minutes just for open discussion, open topic, whatever you guys want to talk about. We can actually. There was something I was going to talk about, but I mean, we can still openly discuss. You guys can ask questions or post something in the chat, and I'll read it and I'll respond to it. But isn't it strange how, and I have to look this up too while I get into this, what Nokia was given, and it's crazy. But they're going to build a network on the moon. I don't know if you guys heard about that. And this is circulating from all different places. Even Nokia.com pretty much has it. So I'll go to the website. But yeah, Nokia is actually going to is charged to build, and it's a LTE network, I believe, not 5G, but an LTE network on the moon. That is going to be something. So, anyways, this comes from Nokia.com, and this is their statement here. A quick little statement. So it says, and I'll read this verbatim. So let me full screen this. There we go. All right. So Nokia selected by NASA to build first ever cellular network on the moon. Nokia selected by NASA to build, same thing again. LTE 4G technology promises to revolutionize lunar surface communications by delivering reliable, high data rates while containing power, size, and cost. Communication will be crucial components for NASA's Artemis program, which will establish a sustainable presence on the moon by the end of the decade. So what? By 2029, they're going to have LTE on the moon? Oh, man. Let's see. In Espoo, Finland, Nokia has announced further details after being named by NASA as partner to advance tipping point technologies for the moon, deploying the first LTE 4G communication system in space and helping pave the way towards sustainable human presence on the lunar surfaces. Are they making some sort of thing of trying to colonize people on the moon. Is that what's about to happen? It's a little bit crazy. Kind of think about it. Seems like a good deal, but in a lot of our southeastern states, T-Mobile service is very bad in rural areas. There are AT&T 800 for an older iPhone. For the new iPhone 12, seems like a very good deal. Gotcha. Yeah, and also thanks Charlie54 for coming in. Appreciate that. A new mood phone with 5G or LTE. It just says LTE. It doesn't say that they're gonna do 5G. Just LTE. But that could change. That could totally change. Um, so let's see just a little bit from right here. Nokia Bell Labs pioneering innovations will use to build and deploy the first ultra compact, low power, space hardened, end to end LTE solution on the lunar surface in late 2022. Nokia is partnering with Intuitive Machines for the mission to integrate this groundbreaking network into the lunar lander and deliver it to the lunar surface. The network will self configure upon deployment and establish the first LTE communication system on the moon. The network will provide critical communication capabilities for many different data transmission applications, including vital command and control functions, remote control of lunar rovers, real-time navigation, and streaming on high-definition video. The communication applications are all vital to long-term human presence on the lunar surface. All right, that's about as much of the excerpt that I am going to read. But I will say this, that's a little bit crazy. Can you imagine? And I'm not even talking about people living on the moon right now, but obviously they're thinking of like putting people to permanently stay on the moon and be able to actually communicate with people back on Earth through this technology with Nokia that they're going to build on the moon. So not only is there going to be like network coverage around the moon entirely, but also beamed back to Earth. So there's a connection between Earth and the moon. Now, the moon is what we consider, a physical satellite around the Earth, right? This opens doorways to a lot of things that I'm going to convey this right now, right? One, if you ever wanted to look into space, say you're bored as hell, you came home from work, long day from work, you're bored. You're absolutely bored. And you're like, hey, you go to YouTube. You know how YouTube has a channel for NASA for the International Space Station, and it's live streaming constantly feed, right? Now just imagine if you can actually live stream constant feed from the moon. Like you could just be like, just click on the YouTube channel link, the Lunar Space Vision or something like that. They're going to call the channel, and you go to watch the live stream, and then you're watching it. You're probably eating your dinner. Then all of a sudden, a small asteroid passes the moon, not in a collision course with Earth, but just passes the moon, and you catch it. You see it live. You'll be able to do things like that. If you have family who goes to the moon, because hell, who knows? People might actually say, hey, like I would love to pay to live on the moon. There's so many things that could happen. Wealthy people could say like, hey, you know what? If they built some sort of way for humans to live on the moon now, right? Wealthy people might say the best protection I have is to uproot my entire family and we live on the moon. And then when we need to come to Earth for things, we get on a space shuttle that travels back to Earth like a Soyuz. Soyuz. It is called Soyuz, however they pronounce it. But it's a little capsule that that departs the International Space Station and crash lands back onto Earth with astronauts on it that are coming back to Earth while they send new astronauts up into space to live in the space station. They could shuttle back to Earth to come to Earth for a vacation, come to Earth to buy things or take care of business that they own, and then they go in the shuttle and they back into space. That's the type of future that we're going to be expecting from all this. That's going to be kind of crazy. But the idea is that, if you have family members who are, part of a space program, maybe, they're an astronaut, maybe, like a space shuttle pilot, maybe, medical officer that's supposed to join the crew to be up there in space for medical reasons. Maybe they're a satellite engineer that needs to be in space to program the board on a satellite. with the moon having this type of technology built on it, and the idea behind it can actually create an even better connection. Yeah, imagine if you're, let's say your husband or your wife was an engineer for a specific company that has a satellite up in orbit. They send him or her out to space, and say you need to talk to her real quick because you got to ask her a question about something at home. You're able to do a video call her or FaceTime her or him, um, while they're working on the satellite. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Because also, the other day I read an article where it literally said that there's 144 stars that has planets on it. That these planets are actually able to have life live on it. So there's actually 144 stars with orbiting planets. So it's a possibility of 366,000 planets, possibly. And all these planets could have alien life that are in direct line of sight to the planet Earth, which means that we could actually have been watched by alien life form. If there is an alien life form on any of those planets, they could have been watching us all this time. How cool is that? Building, a network out there to actually, establish, data transmissions and communications. If there's other alien life forms that are smarter than us, that have better technology out there, could definitely be a way of connecting with them through what they would consider as an inferior technology compared to theirs. Who knows? Maybe we are the smarter one. That's another thing too about alien movies that I don't like, that I gripe about, is that they always portray humans to be the less intelligent species compared to another alien race out there, another living organism in space. But what if we are the smarter ones? And we set the standard, the gold standard, compared to other alien life forms. Who knows? No one knows, because no one's met an alien. So, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Let me know what you guys think. If you watched this all the way through and you were basically watching the replay, then hashtag replay crew. If you're one of my amazing mods, thank you so much for coming in and watching the podcast. Hashtag Demon Days if you're a moderator. And if you guys enjoyed this, hashtag Fi. If you like pixels, hashtag Team Pixel. And yeah, I hope that today's podcast was entertaining. And also, this will be up on the audio podcast channel itself, which is on your favorite podcast sources such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Anchor, all of them. It'll be on there, so you guys can catch episodes there. But enjoy the rest of your Friday. I don't want to hold up too much of your time. It's Friday. It's time for you guys to really, really just kind of kick it into high gear, to relax. Like it says, it's Aloha Friday. They'll work till Monday for some of you guys. Some of you guys work the weekends, and I understand, but you can still feel like it's a relaxing day. And of course, again, shout out to the members. Appreciate you guys for being a member of the channel. Love you guys very much for that. But yeah, you guys are awesome. And again, if you guys want to help support the podcast without YouTube taking a percentage, this is how you do it. You can do it through PayPal, as the best way to get it to me, to help me out. But what really absolutely helps me out, and you guys know this, and that is just smashing that like button and sharing this across your social platforms. That really, really, really helps me out more than anything. If you guys want to follow me on my social platforms, there are the handles. You guys can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. You have it right there. And if you guys want to see some gaming from Stadia and just hang out, chit chat, and talk some crap, subscribe to Super Duper Stadia. Definitely a great place to go. Before I close it out, check the last bit of comments. And all right, Charles54, appreciate you for coming in. My young, appreciate you for coming in as well, too. Jose Santana for coming in. Julius Johnson, aka Jay Johnson, for coming in as well. Shout out to my lovely wife for being a part of the episode today. And oh yeah, I was going to share with you guys real quick too. So mostly the replay crew is going to catch this because most of you guys have left already. The reason why I say that my wife is pretty much a champion is because she ended up getting an infection in her eye the other night. So the night before last night, and her eye got really swollen really bad. And I was like, wow, it's going to look like that you got popped or slapped, in the eye because it was so swollen. She ended up going to the urgent care, to go get it checked out. And They gave her antibiotics. Told she had an eye infection. It's not pink eye, but she has an infection in her eye. They gave her antibiotics, and they also gave her like eye drops. And so all day, her left eye was like really closed and like really squinty. Um, she dealt with it all day yesterday. Today she's back at work. She still has the infection in her eye. It's not swollen anymore, and her eye looks a lot better than what it did. But she's a trooper. She went back to work. So yeah, that's why I say that's why she posted that, the little comment that she posted, and she said that, that this was her yesterday. If you look at the emoji, one eye's closed, one eye's open, that's the reason why she posted that. All right, guys, that is it. Thanks so much for checking out the episode. You guys are clutch tonight. I am going to live stream on Stadia. And when I go live, you guys can tell me on that live on Super Duper Stadia if you guys want me to play Dead by Daylight or try a different game. Be there. Don't miss it. Till next time, everybody. As always, Allah.